name is Collie Somerville, and I am the Executive Vice President of Family First Life Fury. And today I'm going to be breaking down two basic types of life insurance that we hear about very often, which are whole life and term. And so, depending on the client's age, depending on the client's health, depending on the client's financial needs, that's really what determines what the best product is for the client. A lot of times you'll hear agents in the insurance industry debate about if whole life is better or if term is better. It really is not a one size fits all when it comes to life insurance, because sometimes people do need a term life policy and sometimes people do need a whole life policy. Sometimes people don't even qualify for term, even if that's the kind of insurance that they actually want. So life insurance is not something that you buy, it's something that you have to get qualified for. The insurance companies these days generally don't ask for blood or urine or medical exams. They're simplified issue. But the insurance companies are pulling your medical records and your prescription history to determine if you qualify for a particular type of plan. So, first, I'm going to break down whole life insurance. So, whole life insurance is called whole life insurance because it's just that it's good for your whole life. The rates do not change, the coverage does not change, it stays exactly the same. It also builds cash value in the policy. Generally, on year 3, there starts to be some cash value. So, if you were happen to run into an emergency, you can borrow the money from your policy that's building the cash value to be able to take care of something that you need financially. I think most insurance agents don't really suggest that as an option, but if that's something that you would need to do and you have a whole life policy, that is an option in most cases. And I said borrow, so you are expected to pay the money back, and if you were to pass away while this loan is outstanding, your beneficiary would get the death benefit minus the amount of the loan. Um, Generally, whole life insurance is for people that have some health challenges. So maybe diabetes, high blood pressure, the list goes on and on. But sometimes, depending on the health issue and the age of the client, they may want a term policy, but they only qualify for a whole life. And so the con with a whole life policy is a lot of times that the face amounts are small, 10, 15, 20, 25,000, a little bit more, and then it is going to be more expensive than a term policy. But again, good for someone who can't qualify for term, because in the case of my father, when he passed away, I was working for a company that only sold term, and they would not give him coverage. And if me and my sisters would have had a $10,000 or $15,000 whole life policy, that would have helped us a whole lot. Sometimes it's not, your families are not in a position to be able to leave a legacy behind with term insurance, but they just want to get their final expenses taken care of. And a whole life insurance policy is a great way to do that. So, the second type of policy that I've been mentioning throughout this is a term policy. And a term policy is good for a term, for a period of time. So, terms are generally from 5 years all the way, and again, depending on the company, depending on the age of the client, it could be from 5 years all the way up to 30 or 35-year term. And the client can get more coverage for less money, because the insurance companies understand in the case of most term policies that the client needs to be fairly healthy to qualify for term. So different from whole life where they can have some health challenges, term insurance is something that you would need to be fairly healthy to be able to qualify for. Again, insurance companies are looking at your medical records and your prescription history to determine if you qualify for a term policy. So you can get a bigger face amount and spend less money. And term insurance is basically it's pure life insurance. So there's no cash value. It's just you pay your premiums, and then in the event of your death, the insurance company will give your beneficiary a check for the amount of the for the face amount of the policy. So it does not build cash value. However, there are some term policies that are new, and they have, better benefits than just a plain term policy. Some have living benefits. Most homeowners lose their home, not due to the death of the homeowner, but due to the disability or illness of the homeowner where they can't work. We have insurance policies that, term insurance policies that actually have living benefits. So if someone found out they were terminally ill, or if somebody found out that they were chronically ill, or somebody found out they were critically ill, they could take out the face amount of the policy while they were still living, and this is in a term policy. Um, and then those are called living benefits. We also have policies that at the end of the policy, the end of the term, instead of the term just ending, the person gets all of their money back, all the premiums that they paid over the term of the 15, 20, 25, 30 years, as long as they did not pass away, obviously, or exercise the living benefits, they can get all their premiums back that they put into the policy. Um, so those are really, like I said, two different types of life insurance, depending on the needs of the client, depending on what the client's health, depending on their age. That's going to really determine what they qualify for. And there's obviously way more types of insurance than just those two, but those are the two main types of insurance. If you need insurance or you have questions about your policy, please don't hesitate to reach out. My website is fflfury.agency, but you just want to do a inquiry on that website, which will send an email to me so that I can get you helped out. I'm licensed in about 23 different states. And even if I'm not able to help someone, a member of my team is probably licensed in your state. So I hope this helps somebody today. I hope that you were able to receive some education and some feedback, and help you make the best decision for you and your family when it comes to getting life insurance. Any questions, make sure that you drop them in the chat. Make sure that you subscribe, you share, and because this content, we're going to continue to put content out like this that is educating for the consumer that doesn't understand about life insurance. Life insurance can be a complex subject, especially if you're not versed in that area. So it's always great to have someone to be able to reach out to or to ask the questions that you may have been thinking about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.